Alright guys, this is my 2014 Ford Fusion SE EcoBoost. It has 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. It has leather seats, totally steering wheel. It has Sirius XM and all that, like most cars nowadays. It has a sunroof. I traded in my 2004 Chevy Suburban. When I originally got it, it had 164 on it. Got it from Good to You Auto Center and up in Akron in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Currently still have one of their vehicles, which when it comes to Good to You vehicles, I would strongly suggest going elsewhere. Stay away from any of the buy here pay here places. Normally they're high mileage. On their last leg, the Malibu, it had 103,000 miles on it. I'll do a video on that car when I have a chance. But yeah, currently that car has like 100. Last time I checked, it had 90,000 miles on it. Back in 2014, after we paid for it, it needed suspension work done, two bearings, a tie rod, and some other bullshit. But just to say, Good to You is not Good to You. Their service is horrible. When it came to the Malibu, 6 months into that driving that car, which I wound up giving to my mom because she loved it in the first place. But I wound up, buying it because I knew she liked it, and I was winding up gonna give it to her. Well, here's the thing. I checked it out. Didn't see any leaks or anything. Test drove it. Didn't see any leaks. So my heart and soul was, don't even pull through. Don't even pull through. Park right here. No. There's your wife. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Now they're on. And that's for your, Once you turn on your lights and all that comes on. Oh, you're so welcome.
This is what happens when you begin to lose those common things. Sorry.
Just make sure you turn off the overhead light. The overhead.
Yeah. That's this one. That's the overhead. And this is I kept pushing this. I just couldn't figure that you turn it. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. That's interesting. Another Fusion driver. But sorry about getting off topic. Needless to say, 6 months into driving to Malibu, I noticed, because I worked at Cloister, which is a car wash, which is not around anymore. Those of you that are from the Lancaster area. But I noticed fluid underneath my car. Didn't know what it was. I thought it was like transmission or something. Get it home. Noticed that it's literally leaking from the engine. So I stuck stop leak and it worked and all that. But took it there. Oh, we don't see any fluid leaking. So that's the first thing that really irritated the crap out of me, and not wanting me to go back. Well, car when I shortly after I paid it off, drove it and saw a Suburban, and sorry for moving the camera and all that, saw a Suburban that they had sitting up there, and I was just like, you know what, I'll give them another shot. Well, needless to say, I wound up getting the Suburban, and it had 164 on it, and I paid $9.5 for it. A year, it was like a year, yeah, it would have been September of 2015. I wanted to go after a Suburban with lower miles. Well, the dipshit owner, Dean Good, which that's his name, I don't mind saying people's names, he's the owner, very rude, and sorry for the constant screenshot of my car. I do apologize, but go, and the price originally on this other Suburban was $13,000. Well, the price jumped up $500 right off the bat. Oh no, it's $13,500. I'm like, well, they sat there and said it's $13,000, and argued with them. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll put money down on it because I want it. Well, I was going to trade my Suburban in because my dad wanted to buy it. Well, he didn't have the money right then and there to get it. So what we were going to do was, he was going to buy it from them, and I was going to buy the one that I saw and liked. Well, they were only going to give me what my loan was, what I had left on my loan, which was like 64 and $6,400 and some change. I don't really know the correct amount, but pretty much they fucked me out, and excuse my language, but they screwed me out of that SUV. And like, when I say screw, they pretty much, because I was making a certain amount, because I was working at Giant, so I wanted the vehicle that bad, so I was giving them whatever I could do while still paying off the Suburban that I had. Well, and I'm actually getting to the point of all this, but I get screwed out of that, and then that's why I said I will never go back. I will literally say bad shit about Goodyear. They're a shit place. Their vehicles are horrible. The Malibu that we currently have, the reinforcement bar is gone, and it's starting to rot out this other piece that the exhaust is connected to. So it's pretty much, they're not good to you. They're not willing to help out. And when my transmission was starting to fuck up on my Suburban, I wanted them to fix it. Oh, well, we can't fix it. Well, the last straw was my grandfather blew my transmission, so it wound up getting fixed. Well, that was at 219,000 miles. Well, I only drove it for another 5,000 miles before I got this beast right here. So tell me, I go to Frederick Lancaster Pre-Owned. They're stationed in Lancaster, PA, right off of Manheim Pike, right by the Sheets. When it comes to sales and service, their service sucks, and I'll explain shortly. But their sales are awesome, and the reason why I say that is because they bent over backwards to get me a car. My Suburban, that I needed a shitload of stuff for it to pass inspection, shocks, struts, you name it, I needed it. The injectors, I had an injector problem where it would be hesitant going up stuff or whatever. It just didn't have to get up and go anymore. So I was like, you know what, I'll just trade it in. Well, I had two vehicles to choose from. This beast right here, or a Hyundai. I think it was a Elantra or Sonata. I'm more positive on the Sonata part. But I wound up choosing this for the simple fact of it's a 2014. When I got it, July 11th is when it was finalized. Or no, maybe it was July 12th. I'm not real sure. I think it was July 12th. But the car only had 16.5 on it. I like the front bumper. It was a little darker at the time. It is now corrected to the same color as the rest of the car. I knew it was in a front end crash and all that, but it got taken care of. All around, it's a awesome car. I have no complaints. So, like, literally, I have no complaints. Car currently has 26,600 some thousand miles, which is still low for 2014. But the Sonata the Sonata, or whatever you want to call it, I would never go with a Hyundai. But the interior on that car was all plastic. Plastic to me for a new car for 2017 that literally only has a little over 1,500 miles on it. To me, it's not worth it. For 20 grand, it's definitely not worth it. When you can go with something like this for 20 grand, and it only has a little bit more on it, and you get everything. You get a sunroof, you get leather seats, you get heated seats, you get Sirius XM, freaking Bluetooth, freaking everything. But I wound up getting $6,600 for my Suburban compared to what Goodyear offered. And my Suburban, when I traded it in, it had 224,000 miles on it. The front bumper was dinged up because some nitwit decided, I'm going to slam on my brakes at a green light, so I rented her. Gas spilled all over the place. But that happened. My quarter panel on the driver's side was smashed up because some lady decided that she was going to come into my lane and sideswipe me when I have both my dogs in the vehicle. And currently, the one dog, he's limping around, but I think he's doing a little bit better. There were some times where it bothers him a lot more than other days, but overall, I think he's doing a lot better. I still would like to get him checked out, but just don't have the cash to do it at this time. But I honestly, I like where I got. It's definitely a big upgrade from the past two cars that I've owned. So I've owned a 93 Super Legacy, which technically I didn't own. It was in my mom's name because I wanted to lower insurance and all that. Same with the Malibu. The Suburban was in my name and all that, and now this is in my name. But one thing I do like, I like how the room stand out from everything. It has heated mirrors, which I love, and a plus to this car is when, for instance, when lights hit the mirror, this part you can see it's outlined. That goes dark. Pretty much it's like how your glasses are. If you have glasses for your seeing, you can get tinted glasses for when you're outside. That's kind of how that works when lights hit it. It has a sensor up in the rearview mirror that activates that. And another cool thing is this actually helps you out when merging onto highways and stuff, which is a plus for me. I use it a lot. I do want to do some upgrades to this, because what I've found out is I just don't have enough power to this. But I just don't know what to do as far as upgrades to it. But this car literally looks so aggressive when it comes to the front and back, which I love. Now I even like how they did the little scoop on the hood, kind of like when you put like a scoop on the freaking muscle cars and stuff that you see that are like 3 inches up from the hood. But I love the back. The back is literally looks aggressive too. But one thing, when I originally got my Suburban, this plate here, I was laughing at because I'm a junior, and that's funny to me. Like, I would have never thought that I would have had a plate that had my suffix. So that will stay with me until they actually change the style of the plate. And even then, I'm gonna get a custom plate that has it, because it's just my plate. I will always have these numbers and this style, like the JRZ. I will always have it. I will never get rid of it. The trunk space, well, if I would have never locked it, really? You can see that the trunk space is humongous. My mom does massage therapy, and she can literally fit her table in there along with my stuff that you see right there. But it's definitely large. Another thing about this car is it handles like a beast. Something that I would have never guessed from a Ford. I literally give Ford props for coming out with. I can't say that it's been reliable so far, but from what my parents have owned in the past, like Escorts, Tempo, and all that, they've sucked when it comes to Ford. My dad has liked Chevy. That's why he wanted to go with the Chevy. So I didn't feel safe giving him a vehicle that was going to cost him a couple $1,000s to fix. So that's why I traded it also. But I like how it has the lip on the back. It just makes it so more aggressive, and it just makes like the back part look more straight. But when it comes to what I usually do is the badges, like the Fusion and the SE and EcoBoost bullcrap, I usually take that off. So I would take the Ford logo off, but then you are left with the outline of where the Ford logo would be. Same goes for the front. But I still, and another thing is it has that AC 12 volt cigarette lighter jack. It also has the vents, which I like. And then inside are, I believe they're LED, but I could be wrong. But I like every bit of this car. I love the freaking cup holders. There's a cup holder in the doors on both sides. What was it? The cup holders in center. I love how I can put stuff right here. I have a sunglass thing up top by right here. One issue, or there's a couple issues that I have with the car, and one issue Ford fixed, but there's another issue that hasn't gotten fixed, that just because it's I guess the warranty expired at the end of or the end of June, they're not going to fix it. And I'm going to show you as soon as I get out of the vehicle. But as you can see, I do Uber and Lyft. I like doing it. I might do another video on it. To show you guys everything that I've learned since September 11th, which is when I started doing it. I started Lyft a little bit later, but I don't do Lyft as much. I just don't find it enjoyable. I find Uber more enjoyable. I like to step aside from the Uber bit. I like how they did the lock and glove box. It comes in handy. Another good feature is when you put the windows down, it doesn't matter if you're in the back or the front passenger side or back passenger side. You do it the first time and it goes down a little bit. If you press it again, it goes down the whole way. I actually like that. So when I'm driving, I can literally put all four windows down and still focus on my driving. What else was I gonna say? I also like how they did the little cubby space right there. That comes in handy a lot, along with this thing right here. Another cool feature about the car is when it rains, you can literally put up the windows just by the remote. That's one thing I actually like about the car. You can also put them down with the remote also. When you put them down, you can literally press it once and they'll go down, along with the sunroof. The sunroof will pop up. But there's other videos out there telling you when you lock this type of Fusion that you have to press it once and then press it again. Well, what I found out just by messing with it is you don't need to do that. You can literally press it once and just hold it and it'll go up. The same way with putting them down. You know, it might not work the first time, just keep on messing with it if you have a Fusion. Or maybe you even have figured it out. But I find that it's quicker just to do it one time and they'll go up. But other than that, it's an awesome car. I'm happy that I have no issues with it, and I hope to keep it for years and years. I love driving it in the shift mode. When I was looking at vehicles, I wanted a manual, but didn't get one. I went to this dealership, LCM, and they literally told me that I could not afford anything. This pretty much fat ass told me I could not afford anything on their lot because obviously I sunk all my money into my Suburban to fix it. So like literally, I had no money, and I wanted to trade in my Suburban and get as much as possible, and still come away with the vehicle. That's why I sat there and said, Frederick Lancaster Pre-Owned went over backwards for me and got me into this vehicle, and I would literally go out of my way to send them business, but I won't send them to service. And now that's where I get to the point of why the bumper is the same color as the car now, instead of the darker bumper that was on it. Well, you see, in the state of PA, you have inspection stickers. Well, when I bought the car, it did not have any inspection stickers on it. So I had to schedule an appointment to get it in. Well, they were supposed to do an oil change, which they never did. So they took it in, and it did not. The bumper was not damaged when I brought it in. Well, I drove the whole way out to PetSmart, which is on Fruitville Pike, if anybody from Lancaster knows. And went around just to check out because they washed and detailed it and all that fun stuff. And I took notice that my front bumper was smashed up. Now my question, and I'm still dumbfounded till this day, is how do you fuck up, and excuse my language again, how do you